Hi everyone, hope you're all well. In today's video we're going to look at another website builder that you can use to build your professional website, and that's called Webs. So Webs is actually an online website builder that you can use to help professionally create your website. It works like other website builders by using that drag and drop functionality and a range of templates to use. It is important to note that as of the June 30th, 2023, that Webs is no longer in service. If you currently do have a website in Webs, it's free, you can still access it, they'll still support that, but you can't build any new websites using Webs Builder. Instead, Webs has been bought by Vistaprint, and Vistaprint essentially now use Webs, and they use Wix as their main website builder, but then you can use Vistaprint to manage all the other website avenues that you may have, including website hosting, as well as advertising and marketing as well. So the way it works is you just want to go onto vistaprint.com and you're looking for the digital marketing and website section. And all you need to do is just click on the Get Started for Free, and at this point you'll be taken to the Wix website and the Vistaprint login screen. So you want to create an account with Vistaprint. You can continue with Google, Facebook, or Apple, or you can sign in with your email as well. It's up to you, kind of whichever way is easier. As you're setting up an account, it'll ask you to a few questions to help set up your website as well in the initial part as well. And it'll ask you first of all who you're creating a website for, if it's for yourself, for your own business, or if you're a client and you're working as a freelancer. And at this point you're at the Wix question part here, and it's the same kind of sign up process as you would if you had a normal Wix account. You'll be asked the questions by the Wix dashboard, and you'll be able to create your own website from there. So you would just type in what your business type is and just select which one is closest. The purpose of this is just to kind of see what kind of features you might already want, and then whenever they populate your site, they'll use sort of placeholder content, so they'll use images relating to what kind of website you're creating. And then you want to select the name of your website, whatever that is. And now there's going to talk about the types of features that you want to add. So they've got an event platform, so the event platform will let you sort of create events, sell tickets, track whoever's booked to go to an event, things like that. So that's included based on the website that we chose. You have the option then of a chat function, so when someone logs onto your website, they have the option of opening sort of like a chat bubble. If there's any questions, then anyone online on the back end of the site can answer that. Then in terms of other features you can add things like an online store. You can add forms, any contact forms, any subscribe forms, that might be useful, so we'll click on that. You can take bookings, so this is different to events. So events is more, you can create sort of different like away days, you can create experiences and different kind of events, and then bookings is more of a appointment type thing. So if there's different appointments that people want to book for you, they can do that and they'll be able to select the date and time that suits them. You can also add blogs. So blogs are a really good way to kind of drive traffic onto your website, and to kind of keep your website constantly updated with new content, new updates, things like that. So you can add that as well. And just kind of go through and see which kind of features you think would be suitable. Specifically for this example, I'm just going to use the events. I'll take out the chat, blog, and then some forms. And then once you're done, you just want to click next. But this isn't permanent, so if you decide you wanted to add something but later you decide, oh, I don't need that functionality, you can take it out. If there's functionality there that you think you might not need, you can add it in later. So we didn't add the online store, for example, but if you wanted to add a store later on, we still have that option there. So start setting up your website. So with Wix you have two options. You can start with a template, so they'll show you different templates, and Wix will then you can just go in and change the content, or Wix will create a site for you within a few minutes based on what you've already selected so far, and they'll ask you for design and things like that. With both options, it's not set in stone. So if you see a design that they give you and you don't like the colors, you don't like the font used, all of that can be changed, all of the content can be changed. It's just more how much time do you want to spend building in the beginning. So we'll click this one for now, get a custom built site. And you can see there's a bunch of different templates that you can go through, and you can just sort of view them if you wanted to. For example, this one, if you click view, this is essentially what it's going to look like, how people can navigate through it. And again, so this template is just there so you're not starting off with a completely blank slate. You can go in, change all the content. If you want to change the font styling, the colors that they use, that's all editable. Or you can just go back, see which one you prefer. So yeah, it's very user-friendly. It's very much select what you like and then just change the content. For this example, I think we'll just go for something like this just to keep it simple, and we'll just click edit. And once you hit edit, the site will then load with all of the pages and all of the content. So you can see on the left all of the different options you have. So you can add things like elements, add different sections, change the site design, things like that. When you first load the site, there's a few things that you might want to get rid of. So all of the page code and all of the ADI things at the bottom, they're not needed if you're using the template. So all you need to do is just click the minimize button for this one and then just click on the page code. That kind of tidies that section up. But essentially you can see that the site's been loaded, and you can sort of scroll through and see what it looks like, and from there then you can decide if you want to change any of the font styling and things like that. To preview your site, what you want to do is just click on preview, and that'll open up your site without all of the edit mode options, and then you can just kind of go through the site as a user. That again, so you can see, okay, this is how I scroll, there's content here, and yeah, just kind of go through the site as a user, see what's missing, see what you want to change, and things like that. Product page, things like that. So now that you have your site developed and you've got all the pages that you want, the next thing you want to do is add the online store to the site, and you do that using the apps section of the website. So you want to go into the site in edit mode, and then where it says apps on the left, add apps, just click on that, and it'll take you to the Wix app market. And you can either search through apps and you want to look for the Wix e-commerce app, or you can go down to the sell online, just down here. And you will see the option for Wix stores, which is free to install. And you just want to click on that, and then it'll start installing all of the pages and the section on the dashboard as well. So just click add to site, and you can see now everything's loading, so it's adding the Wix stores. And once everything's all done, you'll be automatically redirected to the new shop page. And you'll see all the options come up here. So you've got your sort of almost like a guide here, so start selling, adding products, defining shipping regions and payment methods, things like that. If you come back into the shop page, so you can see you've got your general kind of shop grid. So when you first upload the online store, you'll get some placeholder products. They'll have like some basic information, product name, cost, product image, things like that, just so you can see how everything's going to be laid out. To just set up your shop page, what you want to do is maybe add something like a title and maybe a small description as well. So if we increase some spacing over here and then bring the shop grid down a little, we've got space at the top now for a title and maybe some content as well. So if we go into the add elements section and click add heading 1, and then drag the heading 1 to the top. And again, just increase the sizing and the padding and the section heights to however wide or however tall that you need it, just so everything fits nicely on the page. And for the shop, you can just, for the title, you can just call it shop or shop our products. just something to let customers know this is your main shop page and where they can browse all your products, things like that. And we'll add a bit more space to add some text. So you want to go into add elements, text, and then go into paragraphs and just pick from the 3 paragraph styles that you have. And then just add the paragraph here. And you just want to add a quick paragraph, not only and then just edit the page as you need. So I'm just going to bring this grid up again. So now that we have the page set up, one more thing we can do is also just manage the actual grid. So if we click on the grid section here, we've got the grid toolbar, and if you click into settings, you can see you've got options to show a specific collection. And collections are basically categories. Wix call them collections, but they're essentially a way for you to organize your products. If you want to organize products by product type, if it's an accessory, if it's clothing, if it's a food item, you can create different collections and then assign each product those collections, and that way you can organize your pages and your products into those categories. So for example, this is a general shop page, but then you can have another page dedicated to a specific collection. So if you had a collection for food items, then you can have a shop page for food items, and it would only show products that are assigned to that category. So if we had another category for food items, we would select that. Then within layout, you can you've got different options for layout width, so you can stretch to full width to take up the full width of the screen. Display style, you've got some options on how you want to display the grid as well. And then product info alignment, so this information here, it's left aligned, but you can also choose to center align or right align it. And you can choose the amount of columns and rows that you want, the spacing between each of them, the image placement as well. So if you wanted to change the image placement so that everything's sort of side by side, or if you want it above the info, things like that. So you've got a good few options in terms of how to style the grid category. And one thing you want to do then is also come into settings and show what's actually displayed. So by default, product name, product price, and the ribbon will always be displayed. Ribbon meaning this little bit of text here, so within each product then you can add a little ribbon, whether that's bestseller, new, sale, just to kind of attract more attention on specific products. And then you can also choose to whether or not include a name and price divider as well, which is just that little line. But if you said you don't want to show the ribbon, or if you don't want to show the product price as well, that's up to you. You can control all of that within here. And then you can choose if you want to view more products through load more, or if you want to use pagination or infinite scroll, things like that. Another thing that might be useful is for you to use something called filters. So filters will sort of add themselves. So if you click on show filters, then it'll basically by default add a price filter. So people can use the price range to filter products that are within a certain price range. And then another thing you can filter by is things like color or size. So as you add products, you can add things called variable products, where one product may have different color options, or they may have different size options. So those options then become things that people can filter by. So we can show this once we add some options to the products, but that's just another thing that you can do with a shop page. You can choose to show the filters, or if you just want people to scroll normally, then just uncheck that show filters box. You can also add sorting. So by default it's checked off, but if you switch it on, you can just allow sort of like a sorting box over here, which kind of adds itself on the right hand side, and you can allow customers to sort by whether it's a new product or not, price sorting, or sort by alphabetical order. So you can give those options to your customers as well. And last few things you can do is just a design. So you can change the in general, like the background color of the shop grid, the product color, product name color, product font color, You can change all of that as well. And you can change the name of the text as well. So with the button text says load more, but you can change it to say view more products, and the out of stock text by default will say out of stock, but if you want to say in stock soon, something like that, you can change the text as well. So it's up to you how you want to style it and what options you want to show the user. What would be good would be to keep the filter and the sort by, just you want to make the experience easy as possible for the customer. So adding those sort of filter options and sort by options as well will help sort of them navigate around your site. So as well as the shop page, what also gets added is something called the product page, and this is essentially the single product template that every single one of your products will show. So when someone clicks from the shop page, when they click on a product, this is essentially what they'll see. So they'll see the product image, they'll see the product name, the SKU number if it has one, the price, and the 2 color options or whatever color options that they have. If they have even more options, for example size, they'll have that, and they'll be able to show sort of like the product information, refund, return policy, things like that. So this is just this is almost like a template basically. So if you come into pages and then go under store pages, click product page, this is a general sort of template of what every single product page will look like once you add all of the content. And you have some options for styling. So if you click into the grid to this giant template page here, you just want to click on settings, and you'll see the options that you have to change the product page. So if you go into main and then click customize page, you can select the page layout, things like, so this is the classic layout. If you want to look at the sleek layout and see if that works better, they also have something called stunning, which is a bit more image heavy. It's got the text within the image, things like that. We can keep it spotlight or simple. There's 5 different layouts basically for you to choose which one you think would work best for your products, and you would just select one of them and all of your products will follow that layout. It's essentially the template page that you have. And then you also have the option to stretch to full width. So right now this is within the container, but you can also stretch it to full width. If you realize there's a lot of information to put on the page, this might help not make it look so squished. And then you can also choose where to show the thumbnail. So this is referring to these images here at the bottom. So you can add more than one image to each product, and you can decide sort of where to put those thumbnails, whether it's at the bottom, to the side, as dots, things like that. And within the settings, so you can choose what's displayed. So if you don't add SKU numbers to the page or to any of your products, you just want to uncheck that, and that will hide the SKU number from the product template. And things like quantity, if you don't want people to have the option to choose more than one of the product, then you can hide that as well. And the information sections, which is referring to this section here, so the product info, return and refund policy, shipping info, it's up to you if you want to keep those in place as well. And with the add to cart button, so there's different options of what happens when someone clicks add to cart. They can either show a success pop-up, open a mini version of their cart, or go directly to the cart page, or stay on the product page. As a good rule of thumb, it's good to just open a mini cart. That way if it'll show up almost like the product's been successfully added, but they're still on the page and they can add more products if they want to. And then with the text, so you have the option to change the button text for add to cart. So either call it add to cart, or you can call it add to basket if you prefer. And then you've got the design as well. So with the design, you can pick sort of like the opacity and background color of the actual grid. You can also pick the design of the actual product details in terms of the name, product price, options, things like that. And then the buttons as well, you can decide how you want to customize that, if you even want to customize the style or the border, things like that. So there's lots of options you can do in terms of the design of the actual page and what layouts you want to use. You are restricted to using Wix's own layout, but you've got 5 different layouts to choose from, and you can also choose the text color, font sizing, things like that. So it is pretty flexible in that way. And then once you're done, obviously just click save or publish to make your site live, and that's essentially your product page and your shop page set up. The other pages that you'll also get is something called the cart page. So this is a default page. Once people start adding things to their cart, they'll be able to see the list of all the things that are in their cart, and they can review and remove things if they need to, or add more things if they want to. And then they also have the thank you page. So this is right after they've successfully completed their purchase. They'll be given sort of like an order number, and they'll be giving a sort of overall of what they've bought, how much they've paid, any shipping address, billing address, things like that, an overview. And you'll also get a confirmation as well when someone's successfully purchased a product or products. You'll be given an order number, and obviously all of their details of what they bought, where it's going, things like that. So that's all the pages, and once you're happy with everything, you would just click save and then publish live when you're ready. In the next videos, we'll go over sort of adding products. You can add both physical and digital products if you wanted to sell maybe books or some PDFs, things like that. And then you've also got quite a few options in terms of shipping and delivery, or if you wanted to set up a click and collect store. And then we'll also go over how to set up collections and collection pages, things like that. I'm going to show you how to add a product. You can add both physical products and digital products, physical being an actual item, for example, clothing, accessories, food, things like that, items that can be shipped or collected by a person. And the other option is to sell digital products. So these are things like any files, any images, any PDFs, things like that. So products that can be downloaded essentially. So they won't require any shipping or collection or anything like that. They'll just need to purchase a product and then they'll be sent an email with the product included. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a physical product. So once you're in your dashboard and you set up the online store, you'll see a tab called Store Products. And if you go into products here, you'll see your product dashboard. So these are a few products that have already come with the site. So these are all physical products, and all the products that you add will be added here. So if you're ever looking for a product to edit or to remove, you just go into products and look for the product here. You can either scroll through each of the product, or you can search by the product name. So to add a new product, you just want to click add new product, and then you're given the option of digital file or physical product. In this video, we're just going to go over physical product. Once the page is loaded, you'll see it's a blank version of the back end of a product. So it's things like the any images, product info, product name, all of that we have to fill in ourselves. So the first thing you want to fill in is the product name. So for example, if you wanted to sell a yoga mat, you would just call it yoga mat or whatever appropriate name it is. And this is the name of the product, and it's what's going to show on the product page, it's what's going to be displayed on the shop pages, things like that. The next thing you want to add is any images. So if you click on add images, you have the option of adding multiple images and not just one. So again, you can either upload images from your computer, or you can use media from Wix, whichever one suits best. For product images, it's always best to use the actual product image and maybe how it's being used, things like that. But yeah, you're not limited to one image, you can use a few images as well. The next thing you want to do is add the basic info. So the name being the name of the product, which automatically should fill in once you fill in the name up here. The next thing then is to fill in the ribbon. And this is just a bit of text like new arrival or sale to kind of make this specific product stand out a bit more. If it's a product that you're wanting to sell a bit quicker, if you're wanting a product to be showcased a bit more, adding that little ribbon will kind of draw attention to that product a bit more. Just to show you what it looks like, you can see this product has the ribbon bestseller, and this one is a bit more eye-catching than the rest because it's got that little bit of text over here. So the ribbon text is optional, but it's a good option to have if you are wanting to draw more attention to a specific product. And you can see with the ribbon, it will show up ribbons that you've already used before. So for example, new arrival, if you've already used it, it'll add itself. It just means then it kind of remembers the options that you have, and you don't have to constantly make new ones all the time. So the next thing then is the description, and this is just a basic description of the product. So you want to add things like product size, how it's meant to be used, any instructions, things like that. With the products as well, you can sort of stylize the text that you have. So you can add sort of bullet points, numbered bullet points. You can also bold some text as well to make certain parts more sort of eye-catching, things like that. You can also add links. So if you want to link to an external website, or if you want to link to another page on your website, you can do that as well. So if we highlight maybe exercise and then click on the link tab, we can either link to an existing website or you can link to an existing page on your website, maybe to a blog, something like that, to kind of increase the internal linking a little bit. The other thing you can add is additional info. So you can add additional info in terms of, for example, refunds and returns, and whatever text you want displayed underneath that title, you would just add within that section as well. And then you can also add maybe how to care for your product, things that would be beneficial for the users to know, and you don't want it to get lost within like the product description. So you can add it within the additional info section, and then it'll appear separately to the product. And then the other thing you want to do is come into the collections and make sure you assign it a collection. So as I've said before, you can assign it to more than one collection, or you can just assign it to the one collection. By default, it'll always assign itself to the all products collection. That's just so it shows on your shop page. But then you can assign it to another collection if you want, or all the collections if that's the case. And again, if there's a collection here that's not been created yet, you can just create a new collection just like that and type in the name of the new collection. The next thing then is pricing. Now this can be different depending on what kind of product this is. So for example, if this product comes just with one option, so just this has just the one option and no kind of color variations, no size variations, then you can just simply give it a normal pricing like that. And then if it's an on sale product, you can then give it a discount. So if this product is not on sale, you can give it a percentage discount or a pound discount, or you can say what the sale price is, things like that. And then that way, when it's displayed on the site, it'll show up as a sale item and not as just like a normal item, to kind of make that a bit more eye-catching. The next thing then is things like cost of goods and profit margin. So this information won't be shown onto the user side. It'll only be shown to you, and it'll be good for you to just so you know how much profit you're making for each product. And it's good for kind of reporting as well. So you don't have to use this, but you can use it if you want to. So the profit and the margin fields fill in by themselves. You just need to type in the cost of the goods, whatever that is, and then it'll tell you automatically how much profit you're making per product and how much the percentage of that product is. But again, the users won't see this. It's just you who will see this, and it'll be good for kind of your own kind of reporting, things like that. The other thing then is custom text. So if you're selling a product that can be personalized, so for example, if you're selling a product that can be personalized to people, that can be personalized in terms of what name they want, if you can engrave a name onto a product, then you want to make sure that you get all that information before someone buys the product. That way you're not having to email them or call them back asking what personalization that they want. So if there is custom text that they can add, or some way they can personalize the product, what you want to do is under the custom text field, click add custom text, and then you can add the questions that they need to ask. So what name would you like? And then you can give it a character limit as well. If you know there's a certain limit on the length of the name or whatever it is that they're personalizing, you can give it a character limit. And then you can make that a mandatory field or not. So mandatory field means that they have to fill in something with the custom text. If not, then they won't be able to purchase. So it's up to you if you want to give people that option. And you can add a lot of different customizations. So you can add, if there's another customization that you want to add, same thing, you would just add the field title and the character limit and whether or not it's a mandatory field. The next thing then is product options. So this would be useful whenever you are showing different options that the product comes in. So like different size, different color, different materials. You can give them different pricing options, and you can set different sort of inventory tracking as well. So if we click add options, and for example, if you want to give it a color option, so you can see color options, if you've used it before, it will come up here. And you can either show the product as like the list of colors as a list, or you can show it as colors, but it might not show the exact shade of color that you want, so it's always best to maybe just keep it as a list. But if the color, you just type in what color options they are, so for example red, blue, green, and just every time you type in a new product option, you just want to click enter to add the new option, and then just click add. And then what you can also do is add another option, for example size, and you could do small, and then you can actually specify maybe 20 centimeters by 30 centimeters, and that way people can sort of see actual size options. So it's up to you how you want to add the size options. And then you just click add, so you can see the two size options come up here now. And the next thing that comes up is manage pricing and inventory for variants. What that means is you can actually set specific pricing and specific inventory for each of the options. So if we toggle that, so you can see these are all the variants. So for example, a red yoga mat in size small, blue yoga mat in size small, green yoga mat in size small, red yoga mat in size small, blue large or in size large, blue yoga mat in size large, green yoga mat in size large. So they'll make variants out of all of the, they'll make variants of the variations of the product out of all of the options that you've set, and then it's up to you how you want to price them. So the base price we've set for the yoga mat is £29. So the way you would set the variant is by price difference. So if you know that the small products cost the £29, then you would give it a 0 price difference to keep it at £29. But if you know the large products are £10 more expensive, then you want to set 10 for the large products. So now the red large yoga mat is now £39. And same with the blue one. So if you know that the blue large is also £39, then you want to set the price difference of 10. If, for example, say the green yoga mat in large is more expensive, is like £20 more expensive, then you just set the product as £20, and then that's now a £20 difference between the small and the green large. And then same with this order status or the inventory status. So you can set in stock, or if they're out of stock, things like that. If you know there's a product that doesn't come in a variation, so for example, the yoga mat doesn't come in large, doesn't come in red, then you can just hide that variant because you know you don't have that product, you never will have that product, so there's no point in showing that option. But you can always unshow this as well, so you can either show or hide this variant, but it's up to you how you want to manage that. And then you can also specifically track your inventory, so you can either set the status as in stock or out of stock, or you can track inventory and actually give it an amount. That way you're for sure not selling more than what you have, and you're not offering any kind of back orders or anything like that. So you can set them all to its own specific inventory number, whichever one it is basically. But then once you're done, you just want to click apply, and you can see all of the product variations here. And if you ever want to come back to it, you just click edit and just edit the product variations as normal. You can also give them their own kind of shipping weight as well, so people know how much each of the products weigh and things like that. And this will also be useful when it comes to shipping and delivery methods. If there are certain products that weigh too much to be offered free delivery, or the standard fee of delivery, you might want to charge more for that delivery. You would need to set the shipping weight either within here or without the single products as well. If there was no product options, then you would just add the pricing and add the inventory as normal. So you've got the pricing here, and then you can also track the inventory as well. So it's up to you how you want to what kind of product that you want to add. It just depends on if it's a product that has multiple variations or if it just has just the one version of the product. You would just add the inventory and the shipping weight here. And then you can also set an example for pre-order, so you can let customers buy the product before it's released or when it's out of stock. You can assign them sort of a pre-order, that way they can purchase the product, but then you just have to make sure you're always following up with that and sending out the product afterwards once it's in stock. If you'd like to set that up for a product, you would just toggle this on, and you can set a pre-order message. So add a note that customers will see on the product page during the checkout. So things like expected to ship by the end of June or end of March, whatever it is. And you can set a limit. So if the product has a certain limit, it means then only 50 people, for example, if you set the limit to 50, then only 50 people can can pre-order that product. And if you have variants, it'll apply to each one individually, so you can't set a limit to each variant individually. All of them will have that same limit. And that's it. So that's your product sort of set up. And then once you're done, you just click save. If you are not ready to show this product, if you realize there's more information to add that you don't have just yet, then you can uncheck this button here that says show in online store. And that way you have the product saved, but it won't show on the front end. So no one will be able to see it, only you'll be able to see it. And then once it's ready, you can just show in store again and then just click save to save your changes. And you'll be redirected to the products dashboard again once you've saved, and you can see your product there with all of the sort of basic numbers here as well, with the basic sort of what type it is, things like that. We are going to talk about how to add a digital product. So in the last video we added a physical product, which is a product that people will be sent, like it's an actual item that will have like shipping costs, delivery costs, or any kind of collection options, things like that. Whereas a digital item, it can be in the form of a PDF, or it can be an image, and it'll basically be a downloadable product. Once someone successfully purchases it, they will automatically get a copy of it either in their inbox or in their account page, things like that. So once you're logged in, you want to come into products here and then click add product, and instead of physical, you're going to click digital. And the setup is same as the physical product. So the first thing you're going to add is the product title. So for example, if it's a brownie recipe, that'll be the name of the product, and then you want to actually upload the file. So this is the file that they're actually purchasing. So they'll get the links to their digital product in the thank you page, as well as by email. So if you click upload products, so you can choose what kind of file that you want to upload, either if it's an image. If it's image, then it's you have to either upload a JPEG, PNG, or GIF. Audio files, these are the audio files that are supported, so WAV files, FLAC, M4A, MP3, things like that. And then documents, you've got a range of document formats, things like doc, docx, Excel sheets, PowerPoint, PDF, things like that. And then you've got a zip file. So if there's a folder filled with lots of things, you can save it as a zip and then upload that. But basically you just want to upload whatever it is, and then just click upload media to open up your file explorer. You can either upload from your computer or you can upload from Google Drive, things like that. And you just want to upload the product as normal. So once it's uploaded, you should see it in your site files. Just up here, and then you just want to select that and just click add to products. So that's the link here. That's the file essentially. So they'll receive the links to download their digital products in the thank you page, along with an email link that will last for 30 days. So as previously, so you just want to continue adding the product information. So things like the name, which will automatically be taken in the top part here from the title, and then the ribbon. So this is just a bit of text basically that'll go on top of the image to kind of draw more attention to the product. If it's, for example, a sale item or a new item that you want to put a lot more focus on, this kind of ribbon will be attached to the image, and then it'll just draw a bit more focus on that. Then you want to give it an image, so just a bit more information as to what they're downloading, and then You can also add images if there's any images to go with it. Maybe images of the final product if it's like a recipe or something to build. So you can add sort of different images like that. And then you want to add sort of additional info sections. Additional info can be things like how to use the product, how to download the product, product instructions, things like that. It's basically more information about the product that you don't want to get lost within the product description. So you can add info section here, and it can be how to use product, and then you can add the actual description here, and that way you're adding some more text that's about a specific topic about the product, and it's not getting lost in the main product description. And then you can set pricing. So this can be just a normal kind of pricing, or you can set it on sale. That way, if you set it as an on sale product, it'll show up as a sale product. It'll be a bit more eye-catching, and then you can set the actual sale product here. So if you want to give it a price discount or percentage discount, it's up to you. This field will kind of automatically change itself. So if you want to give it a price discount, this will change automatically. If it's a percentage discount, you can see the price kind of change automatically. Same with the cost of goods. So this is essentially the cost of your goods, but this won't be shown on the product page or to any of the customers. It'll only be shown to yourself. It's just a good way to kind of keep you right, and you know how much product or profit you're making on each product. These two fields fill in by themselves once you fill in the cost of goods. So I fill in the cost of goods as 2, so it's automatically calculated the product and the profit and the margin. So it's a good way to kind of keep that reporting feature on your products, but then it's not going to be shown to your customers in any way. It's just going to be shown to yourself. And then you can track inventory. So if you only want the products to be downloaded a certain number of times, you can set sort of like an in-stock, or you can track inventory. If we set that to 50, then that means only this product can only be purchased 50 times, and things like that. You can set a shipping weight. However, this won't be necessary for a digital product, as there's no shipping costs involved. And the last thing, then, you just want to collect, you just want to put it in a collection. So for example, this would be maybe ebooks, but you can assign it to more than one collection. So for example, if there's another collection, we can set it to downloadables, and you can see I've assigned that product to 2 different categories. We can change it to another category as well, so we've got 3 different categories. So you can assign it to more than one collection, and then it'll show on specifically that collections page. And just like the physical products, if you ever want to come back to a product and not publish it immediately, we will just uncheck this show in online store section and just click save. And that way it won't show in the online store, it'll just show in the back end, and you can always come back to it, fix any details, add more details that you need to add. And then once it's actually ready, you can click show in online store and then just click save. You'll be redirected back to the products dashboard, and you'll be able to see your product show up as the first option just right over here. Yep, so you can see the image, you can see the title and things like that, and you can also see the type, so you can see that it's a digital product and not a physical one. If you've ever got lots of products on your page, it might be easier to kind of filter between the products. So if the product you're looking for, is a digital product, you can just filter by digital product, and also you can filter by whether they're hidden from store, shown in store, or the actual inventory of it all. But that's it. Once you're done, then you would just click OK, and then just add all the products as you need to, whether they're physical or digital. It's all added very similarly. It's just up to you how you want to add those products, basically. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to add categories to your website. Wix call categories collections, and they're used to sort of organize your products and assigning them a specific collection. That way people can filter by those collections, and then maybe even create a page dedicated specifically to that collection. And overall, it'll help people kind of navigate your site better, navigate your products. You can showcase specific products if you want to, and things like that. So once you're on your dashboard, what you want to do is come to Store Products and go into something called Collections. And this is essentially your collections dashboard. By default, there's already one collection, and that's all products. When you add a new product, it's automatically assigned the all products collection, and you can't change that. So from there you see all the other collections that you'll have on your site. Right now we don't have any. So what we'll do is we'll click this plus sign to add collection, or you can just click the plus sign up here and click add new collection. If you have lots of collections, what you can do is you can search with this toolbar here and search for a specific collection if you want to edit it, or you can just scroll down and view for the collection that you have. So you want to just click add new collection, and it's going to open a blank version of the collection. So first thing you want to do is add the name. So for example, if this is clothing, this will be the collection name. And then what you want to do is click add products. So you want to add, it'll show you all of the products that you currently have in your store. And obviously in the future, once this collection is created, when you add more products, you'll be able to assign it when you create the product. So you'll add all the products that are already there. And then you want to give it an image. So this collection image isn't displayed anywhere on the site. It's just displayed on the back end of the collections, so that when you are navigating throughout all the collections on your site, it'll be easier to go through them if you have a collections image attached. But this isn't used on the site, it's used on the back end of the site for you to basically make it easier to look for the collection that you want. So you just want to click on collection image, and then either use an image that's already been uploaded to your site, or upload media from your computer library and onto your Wix. You can also use media from Wix as well, and then just select whatever image you think would suit that collection. And then just click add to page. So yeah, once you've added the name, added all the products, added a collection and the image, you just click save, and then you can see the collection now being added. So now you have two collections, you have the all products and you have clothing. If we go back into products, what you can do is you'll see the new collection show up on the collections tab here. So you can see it's automatically being assigned all products, but then you can also click collection clothing as well. You can also create collections from the product page. So right now you can see there's clothing and all products, but there's also an option for create collection. And again, we will just give it the collection name. So for example, food, and that's assigned to food. Products can have more than one collection. So if there's a product that's both a food item and also a clothing item, then you can assign them both. And that way, if you have a page for clothing, then that item will appear in the clothing section, but it will also appear in the food section as well. So just be mindful of that. But you can add it to more than one product, or you can just assign it to the one product. Now that we've added the food collection from here, if we go back to collections, you can see now in the collections we have three. We have all products, clothing, and we have food. If we click into that, we can add products in bulk from here. So if we add all of these, but then also add an image as well, we can give it an image. You can use media from Wix, or you can upload your own image. But essentially you can always come back to the collections dashboard and make any edits to the actual collection as well. So you've got all products, clothing, food. So you're adding collections both ways. You can either add it directly from the collections page, or you can add it as you're adding products as well. And you can always come into collections to edit the actual collections part. If you're wanting to add products in bulk to the collections, then it's easier obviously to go into collections, go into the actual collection name, and then add products using the add products tool. So then you're not adding one at a time, you can just bulk add them as well. Or if you're adding products one at a time, then you can assign them the collection as you're adding the new product. So it's up to you how you want to do that. But yeah, once you're all done, you just assign all the products, and then that's essentially all the products assigned. Once you have all the collections created, you might decide that you want to have a page dedicated to that product, to that collection. So for example, we have the general shop page, if we go here. But this page displays all of the products, no matter what category or collection that they're in. So you might want to have a page that only shows products that are assigned to the clothing category that we created, collection that we created earlier. So what you want to do then is just add a new page as normal. So we'll just go into Manage Pages and click on Site menu. You just want to click Add Page. And you can either create a blank page or you can just add a store page and look at the options that you have. So you can just click Add New Shop Page. And what you want to do is first rename that, so you can call it Clothing. And then, again, same as the other one, just style it however way you need to. And then what you want to do then is go into Settings. And instead of it displaying all of the categories, what you want to do is go into Collection and then select the exact collection that you want it to show. So if I click the collection category, you can see now it's not showing as many products because it's only showing products that are assigned to the clothing category. And now if we style this page a little bit, so same as last time, so make some space to add a title and maybe a heading. Click Add Elements to add a title, add a heading 1, and then just drag that up at the top. And again, you would just edit this, stretch the container, change the font sizes however way you need to, however way that you want to style this page. But essentially you want to let users know that this is the page for the clothing products. And then below they have obviously the shop page. And again, you have the same options as you did on the shop page. So if you go into Settings, you can have people filter by the price and product options. They can also have the sorting options as well, and you can decide how you want people to filter and how you want them to sort on your page. And then now you see at the top you've got the tab for clothing, and you can manage that as well. So if you go into the Site menu and then click Manage Menu, and then just drag that underneath the shop page. That way now when people hover over shop, they'll be able to see the clothing as an option. So it's just another way to make things easier for your customers. If they know specifically that they want to shop for clothing products, then they can see that within your shop page as well. So when they first navigate to your site and they see shop, then when the drop down comes out, they can see easily the clothing collection. And they can quickly go to that if they need to, instead of having to browse through lots of pages, through lots of products to find exactly what it is what they want. So that's another way to kind of use the categories if you wanted to. So you would add the collection first, assign the products to this collection, and then add the new page and make sure that the shop grid is assigned to that category as well. Wix have a number of different pricing plans, each with their own sort of features. Including a very basic free plan, which is the one that you're kind of on whenever you first build a site. But as you find, there's a lot of limitations to it, the main one being that you can't connect it to your own custom domain. So in order to do that, you would need to upgrade. In order to look at the pricing plan, what you want to do is go into your dashboard, and sort of underneath the business information here, what you want to do is go into the link that says upgrade to start selling, and it'll show you a list of all the pricing plans that Wix currently have. So you'll see a big range of pricing plans separated into 3 different tabs. You've got basic kind of website plans, then you've got business and e-commerce plans, and then you've got the enterprise plans. So with the basic website plans, you've got 4 options: VIP, Unlimited, Combo, and Connect Domain. So Connect Domain is the cheapest plan out of all of them. It's the most basic, and you can see what you get out of all of it. It's £4 a month. So you do get the custom domain, so you can connect it to a domain of your own. And then you also get a free SSL certificate, a 1 GB bandwidth, and some storage space of 500 MB, as well as the 24/7 customer care. What you won't get is an ad-free platform. So the plan will display a lot of Wix ads, and you won't have sort of control over where they're placed. They'll just place it anywhere. So not always the best option. But you do get the 24/7 customer care, which is very good. So Wix's customer care is very easy to use. You would just submit a ticket, and someone will get back to you from their team, and you have that 24/7 customer care as well. The next plan then is Combo, and that would be for personal use, and it's $7.50 a month. So with that, you get the custom domain. You also get the free domain for 1 year, meaning if you were to purchase the plan and then purchase the domain, they'll give you a voucher for 1 year free, basically. So if you purchase a 2-year domain registration period, then you're only paying for 1 year. If you purchase a 3-year registration period, you're only paying for 2 years. So you get that free voucher. And you just need to make sure that the extensions are the ones listed here. So .com, .net, .org. All of these ones are valid for that free domain. Anything else other than those extensions, you can't use the domain or the voucher for. It also then will remove the Wix ads. You get the free SSL. You get a higher bandwidth, which just means that the more bandwidth that you have, the site will kind of run a bit faster, essentially. So you get higher bandwidth, you get more storage space. If you have a lot of images, if you have a lot of videos uploaded, you obviously want to make sure that you have enough storage space to support that. You also get some more video hours to stream, and you also get a £400 ad voucher. Essentially, it's a £400 voucher for you to use on Google Ads, and it applies to new Google advertisers only, just to make you aware. Wix also have something called a Site Booster app, which is used to basically get found easier on Google, and it's usually paid, but with the combo, on some plans you get it free for 1 year. And then you also get the 24/7 customer care as well. The VIP and the unlimited, sometimes they'll do offers like this. For example, if you were to purchase it, then they'll give you an offer for £5.50 a month instead of the usual £11 a month. And with the unlimited plan, you get everything included in the combo and the Connect domain, and you get unlimited bandwidth as well. You get even more storage space, and you have more streaming hours for videos if you have a lot of videos on your website. And then you also get the £400 voucher, the Booster app, and you also get something called the Visitor Analytics app, which basically gives you insights into the visitors that are on your site. Who are they? What are they clicking onto? What pages get the most views? Things like that. So you get that free for 1 year, and the 24/7 customer care. And then finally, the VIP, that it has everything that's included in the unlimited, and as well as more storage space, more video hours, and then you also get a professional logo made if you don't already have one. You can also get social media logo files that are kind of ready to use for all your social media channels. And then the customer care is a little different, so you get the priority customer care, so you won't have to wait as long for a reply. You'll be kind of first in queue, basically. Just to make you aware, these basic plans don't involve any sort of e-commerce plans or e-commerce functionality, meaning if you are selling something, you would need to purchase someone from the business and e-commerce plans, as these plans don't allow you to take any form of payment. But if you don't have any e-commerce, then you're free to kind of use any of the plans from here. If you do have an e-commerce functionality on your site, then you want to switch to business and e-commerce. This includes any bookings that you might take that require payment for workshops, things like that, any appointments that require payment, anything where you need to accept online payments, you would need to use the business and e-commerce plans. And it's separated into 3, so you've got Business Basic, Business Unlimited, and Business VIP. And they all have the same kind of features, except you also have the feature for securing online payments to make plans and recurring payments. If you have any subscriptions or membership type kind of payments, you can accept those. The ability for customer accounts, a custom domain, things like that. So with the basic plan, it's £15 a month, and you get everything that's mentioned here, including no Wix ads. You can connect to a custom domain. You get unlimited bandwidth, and you get a bit more storage space as well. You got 20 GB, and you've got 5 hours of videos worth that you can stream, and you get the £400 ad voucher. There's also an option for customized support or customized reports, which you don't get with the Business Unlimited, but you get with the Business VIP, and then you get the 24/7 customer care. The Business Unlimited has everything the Business Basic has, but has a bit more storage space and a bit more video hours to stream, and it doesn't have the customized reports. Then you have the Business VIP, which has all the things that Unlimited has, but you do get the customized reports. And these are the reports for the e-commerce side. So order reports, things like that, product reports, and we get them all customized and emailed to you. And you also get the priority customer care as well. If none of these plans work for you, you realize you need a bit more of a tailored solution to your plan, then you would just want to switch to enterprise plan. And then what you can do is request a call from Wix themselves and talk them through exactly what it is that you need, and they can sort of create a sort of a custom plan for you and then walk you through that process. So it's simple. You just click request a call and then just submit all of the information, your name, last name, and then a bit of what you're wanting to learn about, things like that. So yeah, a lot of plans there, and it's just about reading through each of the material and making sure that you pick a plan that suits your needs best, basically. And that's really it. Everything is sort of managed between Wix and your Vistaprint account. You'll be able to sign in just with here and view all your projects, but essentially your website will be made with Wix and then managed by Vistaprint, and you can use the rest of Vistaprint services as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, or if there's other website builders you'd like us to check out, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay updated with our new videos. We'll be reviewing a lot more website builders as well, and thanks for watching.